What is up, everybody? Welcome to The Shift right here on YouTube. It is Francisco Rojas. We have had it's been about a week of spring training baseball. Stoked! I know you are too. But that means The Shift's going to be getting in full swing of things here. And I got a short video for you. And look, one of the best pitchers in baseball the last 5 years. Arguably, could make an argument he's been the best pitcher in baseball. Zack Wheeler took the ball for the Phillies today against the New York Yankees, won a couple of innings. Believe he went about a couple of innings, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, looked like Zack Wheeler. And it made me think. And I've been thinking about, and look, I'm a Phillies fan. This is not a Phillies channel, but I'm a Phillies fan. And I often think about how incredible Zack Wheeler has been. Not only in a Phillies uniform, but just as one of the best pitchers in baseball over the last, since he's been with the Phillies in 2020. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, this is going to be another year. Wheeler looked nasty today, at least from the clips I've seen on Twitter. Shout out to Pitching Ninja, of course, as always. It's going to be another year where Zack Wheeler is going to have, as long as he stays healthy, another incredible year. Could this be the year that he wins a Cy Young? Because I think, and I alluded to it here, Wheeler needs to, I think he needs to win a Cy Young in order to solidify that you can make the argument that he's been the best pitcher of the 2020s so far. And he could be, depending on how the next couple of years go. You could probably make the case, again, depending on the next couple of years go, that he could be the best pitcher of the 2020s. That he could be. And to this point, look, Garrett Cole has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. Had the injury last year, limited to him, but still won the Cy Young in 2023. He's had a 3.12 ERA since 2020. Top 5 in Cy Young voting 3 times since 2020. Another name, Corbin Burnes. Someone who, was between Burnes and Wheeler for that Cy Young in 2021. I thought, Burnes was deserving, but there was also a case for Wheeler. But Corbin Burnes, that 2021 Cy Young. Top 10 in Cy Young voting each of the last 4 years. 142 ERA plus since 2020. Corbin Burnes, deserves to be one of the top 3 pitchers, to be considered one of the top 3 pitchers of the 2020s so far. But look at Zack Wheeler, man. Zack Wheeler. The drum has not been beaten enough on how good Zack Wheeler has been since 2020. For what it's worth, the highest Fangraphs wins above replacement statistic out of all starting pitchers since 2020, since he's been a Philly. Okay? Second most innings next to his teammate Aaron Nola in that span. 6th most strikeouts, almost 900. Most quality starts, 90. 2021 and 2024, you could argue that maybe the guy should have 2 Cy Youngs to this point. Again, understood Burnes and Sale both winning those Cy Youngs. Understand that. But Zack Wheeler also, people aren't talking about the playoff numbers. In just over 70 innings over the last couple of years, a 2.18 ERA in 11 starts. That's that 2.18 ERA, third lowest of any pitcher with 10 postseason starts. Right behind 2 postseason legends in Bumgarner and Curt Schilling. So, not only has Wheeler been an incredible, regular season pitcher, but he's been having all-time postseason numbers. And I'm not saying there aren't a contingent of people out there that think that, Wheeler has been one of the best pitchers in baseball, in this time span. But I feel like when we're looking at guys like Cole and Burnes, Cole has the Cy Young. Obviously, Cole's been great since 27, even dating back to his Pittsburgh days. So I get it. And Corbin Burnes has that Cy Young to show for it. Crossing over to the American League with Baltimore. And now he's with Arizona. I get the love for Burnes. as well. But like Zack Wheeler has been, again, the highest F war. The playoff numbers are there. And man, I just feel like if he had a Cy Young, that Zack Wheeler, it might be more, it just might be more of a consensual thing that Zack Wheeler has been the best pitcher in baseball and is right now. Buster Olney just did his top 10 list, and Zack Wheeler, he is number one on there. He is number one. So I'm not saying there aren't heads out there, there aren't fans that don't believe that. I'm just saying that, I don't know, man. I feel like Wheeler has, like, there's just a pretty good case to argue that he has been the best pitcher in baseball. And I'm thinking, man, this year, and if not next couple of years, he's just that guy that needs to win a Cy Young to really maybe get that validation from the media, from the fans. But I actually do feel like that the media has really come around to Wheeler being that guy, but not enough from the fans, though. Like, I look at guys like, and I mentioned Chris Sale, like, Sale winning that Cy Young last year feels like a bit of, not that he necessarily needed it, but feels like that was some validation for how amazing he was in the 2010s. From like 2012 to 2018, there was like every single year was at least a fifth or better finish in Cy Young voting, besides like 2012 where I think he finished like sixth, like whatever, you're one out of fifth. So, but it felt like for Sale to win this Cy Young last year, it's like, okay, just guy that deserved that, right? Guy deserved that, and it's a little bit of validation for his career up to this point. And somebody else in a different type of situation, but Mike Mussina. Now, he was one of the better pitchers in the 90s and 2000s, and there were just so many great pitchers, not so many great pitchers of that era, but so many big names as far as like the Randy Johnsons, the Curt Schillings, the Greg Maddoxes, the Pedro Martinezes of those time periods, that people kind of forgot about Mike Mussina until, he was in the Hall of Fame ballot and, ended up getting enough support to where he was able to get in the Hall of Fame. And then people realized his greatness, by him getting that Hall of Fame plaque, it made more people really, look back and be like, oh, we didn't realize how great Mike Mussina was. And I'm just afraid that, and maybe this is me speaking from a Philadelphia Phillies fan's perspective, but also I think just as a baseball, look, I love pitching in general, just watching somebody like Zack Wheeler. I'm afraid that maybe he's not going to get a Cy Young, and maybe people are going to look back and it's just not going to be enough love in the moment. Maybe, I don't know if it's because of Wheeler's personality. I'm not really sure what it is, but just feel like maybe the outcome of this is going to be that maybe there's not going to be enough of people beating that drum for Zack Wheeler to be the best of the 2020s, at least to this point. And depending on how good he is over the next couple of years, he's been elite. He's been elite, and don't think he's going anywhere. And we'll see. Maybe he even revamps himself even in his late 30s, kind of like a Randy Johnson, Verlander situation, something like that. Maybe that's something also to watch. But Wheeler, again, don't feel like he's gotten the respect that he should deserve to this point. And I don't know. I think Wheeler really wants that Cy Young badly. Really wants it badly. He's definitely, I'm pretty sure he's talked about it, and he, obviously, who doesn't want to win a Cy Young, but the amount of work that Wheeler puts in to be as elite as he has been, just feel like Wheeler has really been that guy, and think he needs to win that Cy Young for more people to really notice how great he has been, in this era right here in the 2020s. So let me know your thoughts. Does Zack Wheeler need that Cy Young to really garner that appreciation? Or are you somebody that's already, appreciating him? And how do you feel about the rest of the fans, the media? What do you think about Zack Wheeler? Because I think Wheeler is somebody that to really make the case that he's been the best pitcher for the first 5 years of the 2020s. And I don't know. I'd be looking back at the 2020s saying Wheeler was that guy in the 2020s, just like Verlander, Kershaw, were and Sale too for the 2010s. So I just curious where you guys are on this. You can tweet me at Rojas_media_. Let me know your thoughts in the YouTube comments as well. And me and Nick Earnshaw will be back for the Shift Podcast very soon. Stay tuned. All that, Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe, YouTube channel, all that good stuff. Talk to you guys soon.